Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk because I don't know if I did a podcast episode talking on this time when I was 11 and dealt with this racist. I think I told it briefly in podcast episodes, but I never told the full story because that day was wild. Like it was any other day, but then just the events leading, like, cause it's always like that. It's always like, when something crazy happens, like the time before that, like you just see it as like it was just a normal day. There was nothing like crazy going on. There was nothing like wild. It was the last day of school. I'm 11. I'm like, fam, I'm about to stay. It's hot outside. Well, it wasn't like mad hot, but I'm like, fam, it's just at a temperature where it's like, I'm going to be outside playing, okay? I had all this energy. I'm like, fam, I'm about to just go and just have fun with my friends. It's the last day of school. What else are you going to do on the last day of school? You going to be in the house? Oh, you going to be outside? I mean, playing video games maybe, but like, I don't even think I was really... I think it was at a point in time I do remember I wasn't even really playing video games like that. Like, I was legit being, like, a kid. Like, I was just chilling and stuff. So, I remember, I think me and my, because I think, like, I remember that 6th grade year, I always would, walk home because there was this, like, shortcut that you can take and stuff. So, I walked home. I remember there was one of my friends. He went to a different middle school, but he still lived in the same neighborhood. So we went over to his house, and then we were going to go and have a water balloon fight at our old elementary school because our old elementary school was just right down the street. So, and they had like this big giant field. So we were like, all right, cool. Text friends, call friends, message friends, whatever. Like, we're going to have a bunch of us just meet up, probably go to some other friends' houses that live in the neighborhood if we can't get a hold of them, or just, we're going to contact a bunch of friends. We're going to go to this field. We're going to have a big old giant water balloon fight. So, anyways, we were going to do that. So I think I went back to like going like switch into some like different clothes, threw all my stuff down and things, like all my school stuff, like backpack, all that. And then, was starting to head back over to my friend's house. So they already had like a bunch of buckets filled with water balloons and things. And then I was like, fam, like, y'all already got, like, okay, cool. So waited a little bit longer. They filled the bucket up. And then we got to walk into the old elementary school. So at some point, because it was the one friend that lived in the house, like, they went to a different middle school, his cousin, and then it was another friend of mine's. And I think the one friend I had walked home with, I think he had went home because I don't remember him being there. I think he had went home and stuff, or he might have went to another friend's house to see what he was up to. But one of the friends had disappeared. So it was me, the one friend that went to a different middle school, cousin, and then it was another friend from my middle school. So it was 4 of us. So anyways, the friend and his cousin, they're holding a water balloon bucket walking down the street, and me and the other friend, we were just like, kind of just behind, just talking and stuff. So anyways, the friend and the cousin, they got into an argument about something. So we're all like, we just gonna sit down and just wait for them to, get the arguing out and stuff, and just, just be sitting, chilling, talking and stuff. So there was this neighbor that we kind of like had sat in front, but it was like across the street, I think, but we had sat in front of this neighbor's house with this dog. Now, there's this dog. Every day after school, I would walk past that house. I always would pet that dog, okay? And I think I even had permission from the neighbor to pet their dog. And if it was that much of a problem, like, I would imagine they knew, like, kids was going to be outside walking home from school, and they knew that they were most likely going to walk past it. So if that was the case, if it was that much of a problem, they wouldn't have had the dog outside at the time they know, like, kids is coming home and stuff. Like, you hearing them walking or yelling and having fun all up and down the streets and things, you know that dog is, the dog, so it had one of those electric collars on it, so it couldn't go past that barrier and things. So I would, like, cross into it just so I can, like, pet him and stuff every time when I walk home from school, let him know, hey, none of these other kids gonna pet you, I got your back, dog, alright? So, Anyways, I was getting ready to go over and pet the dog. And I think I have told this story before on YouTube videos, but I don't think about my podcast. I'll have to check. I don't know. But anyways, right when my hand got like maybe centimeters from the dog's head, all of a sudden I just hear in the distance, "You better get away," or "You better not touch that dog, you dumb N-word." We're looking around, like at that point, like me and my friends, we just all just like had just stopped doing what we were doing. We were just looking around, all like, where'd that come? I knew because I had dealt with this old lady before. Like I remember she yelled, so it was like at first we didn't know, but then I looked and I was like, it's that woman. I'm like, I bet it's that woman because I've dealt with her before. So she never really, I don't think she never even said no racist stuff before. But yeah, that day she did. I do remember there was a time when she yelled at one of my friends because his bike, it like briefly went into her yard. And I remember she was yelled at him like, "Yeah, my yard." And it's like, lady, chill out, okay? It's like, fam, your kids be going up and down. I'd like call up like 20 kids and just have them all just run through this yard right now. But so anyways, so me and my friends, we all just got in front of her house and we just started yelling at her, like going off saying, "You can't call us that, like what's wrong with you, you're crazy," like all these other things. Then she called me and my friends and so here's the funny thing about it. The one friend that went to a different middle school, he was mixed. He was half black and half Hispanic. And then his cousin, he was full black. And then yes, full black. And then the one kid that was there that went to my middle school, he was all the way Hispanic. You can look at him and see that he was Hispanic. How can he fall under the category as I'm like, maybe, yeah, like 2.5 of us, but like, the other, I'm like, fam, he just got in the mix of it, and he don't even know why. You're calling him a derogatory name, and it's like, fam, he's not black. He's a dark skin complexion, but he's not black, okay? Like, he wasn't even really dark. Like, nah, he was like a tannish like Hispanic guy and stuff. So, but anyways, me and my friends, we're all just yelling at the old lady. And then at some point in time, she goes and gets one of them like old fashioned like cameras. You know those cameras that kind of look like a VHS tape? So she gets one of those cameras and she's claiming, I'm like, fam, I know that camera ain't got no film in it. If so, that stuff is probably all old and worn now. I know that camera don't work no more. So anyways, she goes and claiming she's taking pictures of us and stuff. So at this moment, I think I just had like where I just kind of just temporarily went insane. Like I don't, recall. I mean, I recalled what I did, but I just don't have a moment of where I think I had control over my actions, So like that makes sense, right? I just didn't have control over my actions. So I turn around, straight lifted my shirt up, pulled my pants down, and mooned the woman, okay? Like, for those, I showed her my butt, okay? I showed her my butt. Said, I was like, "You gonna take a picture of something? Take a picture of this." Mooned her. And then at that point, she must have been shocked because the next words that came out her mouth was that I'm calling the police. Now, you would think, okay, like kids, they hear that, they all gonna just take off running home, right? She ain't gonna know where we live. So I'm saying, it ain't like she's gonna be chasing us. By the time she gets in her car, we are already in the house, all right? That wasn't the case. We didn't do that. We were thinking that she was bluffing and that she wasn't gonna call the police, all right? So anyways, I remember my sister, I think she was getting off of work. And, I think she was getting off of work or she was coming home from school. Because I think she was coming home from school because that year, I remember that year, I think she graduated. So I think she was coming home from school. And, I seen her, told her, I'm like, "Hey, go get dad. This woman's going crazy." But by the time, she left and was gone, the lady had the cops had shown up and stuff. So my sister, so she's gone at the house. Me and my friends, we still yelling up at her and stuff. We see the cop car pull up. And then at that point, so I think once I seen that, I think I went, and at that point I went to go get my dad. Because I was like, I don't know what happened. I was like, I think I was like, my sister, no, actually, was she trying to, I don't know if she was trying to talk to the old lady or what. I just remember there was at a point in time where, like, it was like my dad wasn't there at the moment where I was, like, yelling at the woman and stuff, but the cops had showed up first, and my dad, he showed up afterwards. So anyways, I think what it was is that I went back home to go get my dad, I think. And yeah, so I think my sister was talking to the old lady. I went to go get my dad. And then by the time I came back, I think the cops was already there. So I was standing there waiting and all that stuff. And, because the cops was, they had told her to come outside and they was talking with her and things. So me and my friends, it wasn't like we had looked at each other and said like, hey, let's just get our story right. Like, we don't know what, we didn't do any of that. We just was kind of just sitting there just looking at her talking to the cop and things. So I think, was it 2 cops or 1 cop? I think it might have been 2 cops. But anyways, cop came up to us. And then he was like asking, for our story and stuff. And so we told him, it was just like, yeah, she called us the N-word. We wasn't even doing anything to her. All I was doing was just going to go pet a dog. And I'm like, fam, it's like, what are you calling us the N-word for? It's like, it's not even her dog. She don't know these people. It's like, what are you calling us out our name for? And then at this moment, this is how I knew that your friends do not have maybe some friends, but not all friends. They're not going to have your back underneath any circumstances. So the cop goes on and asks, he was just like, so which one of you guys had mooned her, had flashed her and stuff? And then I had just put my head down and was like, and so I think I was getting ready to say like, I don't know about that and stuff, like just gonna be like, I don't know what she's talking about, like. And then I think my friends must have remembered or like, oh, the pictures and stuff. They all just pointed at me and was like, oh, nope, Tyler did that. Nope, Tyler did. All 3 of them. Well, I was cool with the friend that went to a different middle school. I didn't really know his cousin too much. I think I only hung out with his cousin like maybe one other time before that. And then it was like so I was cool with like 2 of them. And I didn't really know the other one. But I'm saying, it's like, you would think like, okay, like we all kind of like, we're cool and stuff. You ain't gonna snitch. All 3 of them all snitched on me that fast. I was like, bro, what? I'm looking at my friends like, are you serious? And so then the cop, he was just like, yeah, just go home. Like, she's gonna go in her house. She ain't gonna mess with you and stuff. So yeah, just go home. So my dad was there and he seen it and told me to go back to the house and things. So I think my dad was more so upset because the cops was called. And I was like, I guess like, if I would have just like went home and then just was like just left it at that and things, I probably wouldn't have gotten yelled at. But I got yelled at because the cops had got involved and stuff. And I guess like the cops was all like, yeah, I could be like having to do some like court stuff because and I never did. I think the lady overall, like, she either had what kind of charges, I don't know. Maybe there might have been some charges, but either way, it was like I don't think the lady did go through with any of this. She just continued on giving me and my friends hard times after school when we would be walking past our house and stuff. So anyways, got yelled at by my dad. Dad grounded me. He called my mom. And then, like, and I don't know, I think my dad, he was just so scared of the fact that I got in trouble. But everybody else, like, I remember my mom, she wasn't mad about it. And she actually had found it funny. When I told her what I did, she started laughing. And I'm confused because I'm like, wait, one parent is upset, but the other parent is literally cracking up right now. I am so confused about what is going on and stuff. So anyways, then I remember my mom, she left to go somewhere, and I was just kind of in my room because my dad, he grounded me. He was just like, no, you ain't playing no video games, you ain't doing nothing. So I'm like, dang, all right, well, guess I just sitting here and just, not doing things and stuff. So I'm just kind of like sitting in my, or actually, no, I was watching wrestling. And then I remember my mom, she came home and she had like this Target bag. And I'm like, who goes to Target at like freaking 8 o'clock at night? I'm like, nah, fam, you got something going on in that Target bag. I look, it's the God, if you guys look this PSP up, it is the God of War Olympus Edition PSP. She got me a PSP on the day I was supposedly grounded. I remember my dad, he was still mad and stuff. But I was like, fam, like, I'm watching wrestling. It's the last day of school. I got a PSP. I did some wild and outlandish stuff today. I'm like, fam, like, no, the day can't get any better and stuff. So, anyways, yeah, that old lady. So I know people probably would ask, like, where is this old lady now? I don't know. I just know that the people that are now living in that house are super chill. Like, I haven't seen them recently, but I remember, like, there would be times when I'm outside exercising and I would see, like, some random guy out in front of that house. We'll nod our head at each other's and things. I'm like, fam, like, I bet there's gonna be a day where me and this dude have a conversation and stuff. I'm gonna ask. I'm like, do you know, like, the last people to live here, bro? If that dude says, oh yeah, my mom lived here, but she gave me the house and stuff. Like, how do you tell him, like, yeah, your mom kind of had, like, some racist, like, he's like, oh, yeah, I know that. Like, has she been racist to you? I'm like, bro, that's just gonna be a funny conversation and stuff, so... But no, I know people probably ask, like, what happened after that? Like, after that. No, she still gave us problems. I remember there was a one time when me and my friend was walking. She acted like she was outside taking pictures of her tree and stuff. And then was like, then she'll hurry up and take a picture of us. So I'm like, fam, we're on the other side of the street, not even doing anything to you. She's like, you leave me alone. I'm like, this woman is crazy. Then there was another time when she was outside talking to, like, I think it must have been a lawyer or something. Because I'm like, fam, you are not gonna, and I don't know. I was like, that was like the first and last time I had seen that lawyer. Because I was like, maybe after I said that, then the lawyer lady was just like, oh, I ain't gonna fool with this old lady no more. But I was like, I remember there was a time when I seen her, and I was like, seen a black woman. I was like, hey, you know that old lady's racist? And the lawyer lady was like, nobody's talking to you. You go. I'm like, oh wow, she must have switched sides at some point in time. So, but anyways, yeah. Word of advice, don't moon old racist ladies, because they will call the cops. At least if you're gonna do it, be by yourself. Don't have friends that's gonna snitch on you. And make sure when you hear the words, I'm gonna call the cops, if you could get into a vehicle, or if you are a fast runner, just go home, okay? Just go home and just, live with your W for the day, all right? So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And then that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.